He's just such an amazing actor that it's really cool to see him like turn it on, because he's like a very nice, cool guy, pretty shy, pretty quiet, and then it like actual role, and all of a sudden he's like right into it, and you're like, oh, very cool. But he's not like, you know, it's a softer side of De Niro. It's like, it's not, he's not, you know, the Meet the Parents De Niro, and he's also not like Raging Bull De Niro. It's like a cool character for him to play. She's so precise. She knows like exactly what she wants, and it's you like sometimes when you get a note from a director, you're sort of like, I like my way better, you know, just in your dumb actor brain. But with Nancy, it always sort of makes sense when she's like, hey, you were doing that weird thing that you do. And I'm like, oh yeah, I do that weird thing. That isn't good. I shouldn't do that weird thing. And her saying it makes it be a weird thing in my head, instead of it being like, well, that's sort of my trademark. It's sort of my trademark fake comedy voice that I put on. She's all about tone and keeping things just the correct tone and the correct vibe for each scene. Sometimes, you know, she'll let me go off and improv a little bit, and she'll come and she'll go, I like this part about it, I didn't like this because that wasn't the tone of this scene. And then you're like, oh yeah, I guess that isn't the tone for this specific scene. Like in another scene that might have worked where the energy was higher, but right here I shouldn't get that big, or I shouldn't be that broad. And she really helps me, because I have a tendency to like just go like, Wah! And she's just like, here, just be this tight little just ball of energy and don't explode, and action. And I'm like, acting. Ian is so good at acting. Like De Niro's character, like obviously he's great at acting, but he's like super reserved and just sort of like watches a lot and answers with one or two things. But she like has these huge monologues and like these big speeches, and you just and it's so effortless. We did a scene where she was in the bar and she was getting like a little tipsy throughout it, and she had to act surprised. She had to be like, oh, this. And every time I'm like, oh, like, are you, oh, no, she's still acting. Stay focused, Adam. And she's just so good and such a pro. And also great at improv, too. Yeah, like, I have a background in improv. I'm like, I'm the improv guy on set. And then I just saw her improv upstairs for, like, 15 minutes, like, on a phone call, and she would just destroyed anything I would do. I would be done with that phone call in like 2 minutes, and then just like awkwardly riding the bicycle away. She was on a bike too. Spoiler alert.